Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is November 26, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at lithium stocks. Look, lithium is a very important commodity. It's required for electric vehicles, especially for the batteries. So with that, as electric vehicle is an emerging trend, let's see if we can benefit from these lithium stocks. Look, these lithium stocks are sold off pretty badly. As you can see here, I got my favorite platform here, Finviz, and as you look through here, look at the RSI levels here. Look, we got RSI right here. As you look through the RSI, all these many of these stocks RSI is very low here, with the exception of probably one of them here, which is right here, FMC. FMC is not a pure play lithium play. It's got other things like fertilizers. So with that, if you exclude that, look, every other stock here is beaten down pretty much badly. Just by looking at the RSI here, you pretty much know many of these lithium stocks are beaten down. And you can also look at the performance here. We got performance all the way from 1 week to all the way to 1 year. And we can also see performance, how much stock is off from 52-week high. Pretty steep drop, as you can see here. So with that, if you look through these stocks here, the biggest of all is, of these stocks here, we got ALB. ALB is the biggest, and then we got here FMC, and then we got LAC and LTHM, and then we got PLL and so on and so forth here. As you look through here, if you're a short, if you're a short squeeze type person, keep watching the short float here. Look, we got short float, high short float for LTHM here. You can expect a short squeeze in these type of scenarios here with the high short float here. And we got PLL also high short float, and even LAC has got relatively high short float. They could result in a short squeeze type situation here. And we also got here profit margin. Look, we got both gross margin as well as profit margin here. Many of these companies have got nice profit margin, as you can look through here. So with that, what we'll also do is we'll look at these companies in a little more detail. First, let's look at the charts in a bird's eye view and what's going on. From a chart perspective, we got the companies here. Look, all these companies here, ALB. Look what happened here. ALB, generally stock is pretty strong over the long haul, but look, we got stock beaten down big time here. Just in November, as you can see here, just in last few days, stock is beaten down. And then you got FMC. FMC is, it's not a pure play lithium play here. It's doing pretty well, as you can see here. And then you got LAC here. Look, LAC also, look, it's down, as you can see here. Big drop in November. And look, LTHM, big drop here in November. And we got PLL, same story, and SGML is trying to go higher after this steep drop here. So with that, look, all these stocks, even SQM here, SQM is also, look, it's down big time, as you can see here. So you might wonder, it's a good time to buy them. Let's look at some of these stocks in a little more detail. So as I look through here, as I click on this, it will take me into a nice looking detailed page here. Look, we got the details here. We got stock beaten down big time here. Look, stock is down big time, ALB Corp. So as we look through here, what we want to look at is EPS here from an earnings per share perspective. ALB looks like EPS is dropping off late. Sales is pretty okay. It's going pretty well here. Shares outstanding is a little bit high, not too big here, not a big deal. Look, it's got a downgrade on October 13th from buy to hold from 260 to 270, which is a price increase, as you can see here. And as we look through here, we got a few more details coming up here. You got folks selling, insiders selling, but not a big amount. But one right here, look, we got EVP selling, big amount here, 2.9 million, almost 3 million here. This is on November 11th, as you can see here. So with that, looks like this is not a great story here with the ALB here, mainly because I would love to see the earnings per share going higher, not down like this here. Even though sales is doing okay, I'm not too happy about this. Let's look at few more companies here and go from there. So FMC I'll ignore for now here because it's not a pure play lithium here. Let's look at LAC in detail. Look, we got LAC here. As you look through here, this is a negative earnings per share, as you can see here, but it's improving. That's a good story. Sales is improving, good. Shares outstanding is going higher, not great. And as you scan through here, you got some news items coming up here. Lithium stocks could be a buy as the rally stalls. Look, all these lithium stocks are down big time. As you look through here, there is nothing much from an insider selling perspective. And let's go into the next stock here, which is LTHM. Look, LTHM also dropped big time. Look at the huge big drop here. Look, it's a big drop here. And as you scan through here, look, earnings per share, same trend here. It's coming down. It's negative right now, and sales is going up. That's a good story. Shares outstanding pretty constant, not a big deal here. All right, let's look at one more here. We got PLL, and PLL is also dropped big time here, and SQM same story. What we'll now do is we'll look at my favorite platform here, which is TradingView, and see what's going on. Look, I got a short lithium stock list here, starting with LTHM here. Let's go to LTHM Sigma. It's a live event, as you can see here. Look at that huge big drop. I got a 30-minute chart. Look, it's a 30-minute chart on the left here, and I got a one-day chart on the right. Look, big drop here. Look at the huge big drop here, and in a 30-minute chart you can see here stock is trying to improve. That's a good story. It's trying to bounce back, and look, these big red candles are kind of getting stabilized here. Now we got light red candle here, so there's a chance this can go higher. Look, it's trying to bounce off from the lows here. That's one of the reasons I like lithium stock here. It's trying to bounce back here. And look, we got one-day chart here. In the one-day chart also, there is nothing much going on here. Still, it's down, but look, there is a nice support level somewhere here, so it can bounce off the support level. I think at this time, live event could be a good one to really look into the detail. And look, as you look through here from an earnings per share perspective, looks like it's doing pretty okay here. And look at the income statement. Looks like from an income perspective, quarterly income is slightly going higher, as you can see here. There is a net income also. That's a good story here. Profit margin, as you can see here, it's trying to go higher on a quarterly basis. But look, from a performance perspective, 1 week, 1 month, all down here. Strong sell from a technical perspective. What do you expect after this huge big drop here? And from an analyst perspective, as you can see here, analysts are saying buy with the price target of 34 for 1 year price target. Right now stock is at about let's see here 26, as you can see here. That's a good improvement from the current price levels here. So with that, I would say this one could be a good one to buy at these levels here. It's beaten down big time. And next, let's look at LTHM. Look, from SQM. Look, SQM is a big stock, as many of you know here. It's a $92 stock. Look, stock is down big time. Look at the drop here, and you still look at these red bars in a lazy bear chart here. If you don't have lazy bear indicator, I recommend adding it to your chart here. And if I click on / here, it will bring up all these indicators. And look, we got lazy bear. So this is a squeeze momentum indicator by lazy bear. I recommend adding to the chart, especially for the swing traders. It's a great one to buy. As you see here, as the red line increases and it's kind of trying to stabilize, then you can see it will curve upwards. And as you can see here, price action perspective, price is going higher slowly, it's stabilizing. That's a good story here. So at this time, I would like you to take a look at this one also. Look, this one has got nice support level, as you can see here. I think this is a good one to buy. It's a bigger stock here. As you look through the detail here, look, we got nice earnings per share, and on a quarterly basis, look, they got nice profit income here. Profit margin also going higher. So you could take a look at this here, completely sold off from a technical perspective. From an analyst perspective, it's a buy. So I would recommend you to take a look at this one also. All right, next let's look at the ALB here. ALB is a big stock. It's a $272 stock here. Look, same story here. All these lithium stocks are down. Now it's bouncing back. That's a good story here. Nice support level. Look, nice support level here. I think it's a good one to buy at these levels here. Look, nice income here. Income perspective, it's going higher. So you could take a look at this one also. Then we got two more here. PLL. PLL follows the same trajectory, now bouncing back, as you can see here. And look, from a income statement perspective, this one looks like it's a negative income, as you can see here. Not a great story. Piedmont is look, there is a big negative income here. So I would be a little careful here. If we go to quarterly here, let's see if there is no quarterly on this one here. But look, it's a sell from a technical perspective, buy from an analyst perspective. All right, let's look at the last one here, SGML here. SGML is, it's also bouncing back, as you can see here. And look, a daily basis also bouncing back. This could be a good one here. Already started to bounce back here. So you could look at this one also here. Now you might wondering, we got here 5 stocks. You might wonder what to buy. So whenever you want an objective decision, typically I go to one of the website, which is Stock Rover. We'll go there in a minute. Before I go there, let's also go into one of my favorite charting platform to look at option activities here, which is barchart.com. So I put this short list of lithium stocks here. Look, we got all these lithium stocks, ALB all the way to LTHM. One thing you always have to look is, if you're an option player, you should look at IV rank and the IV percentile. This platform gives you both IV rank and IV percentile. Look, we got here from an IV perspective, ALB has got 30 as the IV rank. All these stocks have got low IV rank, with the exception of SGML here. And IV percentile is also pretty low, as you can see here. And look, I also like to look at the relative strength here. Look, from a relative strength perspective, always try to look at both 14-day and 5-day here. Look, 14-day relative strength index is 44% here, but 5-day is 27%. That tells you stock is completely clobbered here. That's why you will see, the 5-day or a shorter term relative strength index completely sold off here. So that's why it's a good time to really buy these beaten down names here. From a profit margin perspective, you see here SQM has got nice and healthy profit margin. And one more thing you always try to look is really number of analysts here. The more analysts are following the company, typically those are well-run companies. Look, we got ALB, LAC, LTHM. Nice double-digit analyst coverage here. That's a good story here. And if you're an option player here, look, we got option perspective here. Today's option volume is pretty good for ALB here. Looks like a lot of people are buying ALB here, and it's also pretty okay in LTHM, and it's pretty okay in case of LAC. And SQM is also pretty healthy from an option perspective. But these options volume is pretty low compared to stocks like Apple, because these stocks are not very actively played in the options market. But if you have to pick one, I would say go for the ones with higher option volume, like the first 3 here: ALB, LAC, LTHM. Even SQM is pretty good if you want to take a look at those. Next, let's try to come up with a decision here to see which stock you can buy. Normally, I go to my platform here, Stock Rover. I love this platform. This is a a great platform for the buy and hold type investors here. When you have to make a decision from a fundamental perspective, you always it's always good to go into some fundamentally strong platforms like Stock Rover. Look what Stock Rover is saying is SQM here. SQM is a great stock. Look at the overall rating versus peers. It's 98. That tells you this is a great one to buy. Mainly because look, it's got nice ratings here, nice overall ratings. So number one, it's SQM hands down. Number two, as you can see here, ALB is number two with the overall rating 63. You could look at that one also. And number three is SQM. As you can see here, its rating is pretty okay here. So those are the ratings here. If you want to buy, I would say start with SQM and then go into ALB. If you think ALB is a little more pricey, you could go into LTHM also. But if you want to go into a lower price stock here, you could look at stocks like LAC here. But I think this also LTHM is pretty good. I would go in that order. Start with the SQM, then look into ALB, and then look at the LTHM here. And you might wonder how these stocks have done in the past. So for that, what I would do is I would go into this platform here, and there are various details you can look at. One thing I would do is I created multiple views. As you can see here, I go into my new report view, where it kind of gives you a good bird's eye view of these companies. Look, you can look at the stock price and market cap. Look, right now SQM has got $26 billion market cap, as you can see here. SQM also has got nice sales. Look, from a sales perspective, it's a $8.6 billion sales in trailing 12 months. That's a nice sales here. From a sales growth perspective, look, nice sales growth here in 1 year, 5 year, as well as quarter over quarter. Nice sales growth here, nice gross margin, and more importantly, very good net margin. It's a really hands down good play here. You could take advantage of this big drop here. Look at the drop here, price change in 1 day, 5 days it's going up slightly, which is good story, is bouncing back. 14-day down big time. But as you see further here, look, it's done nicely. Look at the 1 year and 5 year here. They've done very nicely in 1 year, and 2 year very good, 111%. 5 years it's done great, as you can see here. So SQM is clearly number one here. And then you got ALB and so on and so forth here. As you look through ALB here, ALB sales is about $5 billion, very good. And sales growth is there, nice sales growth here. Nice gross margin, net margin. You could take a look at this also. And number three position here, LTHM. Look, it's also got a good sales growth and good net margin. So with that, as you look through here from a performance perspective, look, if you're a long-term player here, look at the long-term performance here. Looks like LAC came out of nowhere here, did very well in the long term here. Look, 5 year 154. You could look at that one also here. And we got PLL also did very well, but steady Eddie names here, they have done consistently well here. You could look at the first three very steady Eddie companies here, profitable companies which are beaten down here. I think they have done well. You could look at these stocks here. If you want to be a little more speculative, you could look at other two names here, which are LAC and PLL. Very speculative, but they've done great also. So with that, thank you very much. Take advantage of this big drop in lithium and start buying stocks like SQM, ALB, LTHM, and if you are a speculative buyer, you could look at LAC as well as PLL and SGML. Looks, the SGML especially, look, it's done very well in last 2 years. You could take a look at this one also. And SGML, as you can see here, $30, which is not too much. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.